Well, the Houston Rockets, mate. What else can I say? The Houston Rockets. If you guys haven't been paying attention, there have been a lot of rumors around the Houston Rockets lately. And if you also don't know, they're my team. They are my team. So naturally, we got to rebuild the Rockets with all these scenarios going around. And yeah, try and win the Rockets championship 3 years. If we can do that, it's W. If you guys do have a rebuild challenge you guys would like to see in the future, let me know down in the comments down below. I am planning on doing a lot of rebuild challenges in the future. So let me know your challenges down in those comments. Also, if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot. We're trying to hit 20k before the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed, press that red button. At least just double check. Make sure you are subscribed. And yeah, that's really about it. Let's get into the video. So there are 3 players that I think are probably going to be moved. Well, one player that I think the Houston Rockets would like to keep, but I'm not sure if he would want to stay in Houston because they're no longer contending, and that's Christian Wood. I'm not sure if Houston will be able to hold on to him or if he wants to stay in Houston. At the moment, we haven't heard anything about him wanting out of Houston, more of the Houston Rockets looking to trade him. However, John Wall and Eric Gordon are 2 players that we are going to be trading away in this video. DJ Augustine, before we do figure out a trade, I am going to get rid of DJ Augustine for hopefully someone making less money or something like that. We'll take a second round pick in Carson Edwards, and I think maybe we can make a trade happen. So the trade that I have is with the Los Angeles Clippers. John Wall, Daniel House, and Carson Edwards, or chuck in some random minimum player, for Eric Bledsoe, Luke Kennard, and Serge Ibaka. Luke Kennard being the valuable asset that the Rockets would want to hold on to. He's a young, sharp shooting guard that the Rockets could potentially use, especially off the bench, or if they really wanted to use him in a trade. The Clippers get a point guard that they could use. Yes, they did just get Eric Bledsoe, but if they traded Eric Bledsoe for someone like John Wall, I think John Wall would help that team out a lot more than Eric Bledsoe can at the moment. We've now made that trade, so we've now got Serge Ibaka on this team alongside with Eric Bledsoe and all that. So all these players that we literally just got, except for Luke Kennard, they're probably going to get gone, to be fair. We have Jalen Green. Eric Gordon's got to go because we want to start Kevin Porter Jr. If we can look for a better starting point guard on this team, we could even start Jalen Green if we really wanted to. Daniel Tice, he could probably be used off of the bench, or hear me out, for this season, right? If we move Serge Ibaka to the power forward and use him as our starting power forward for this year, that could potentially work. We just need to look for a better starting point guard. We could run Eric Bledsoe for this year, but I don't really want to. Let's be honest, I don't want to. So we got Jayshawn Tate under contract for 2 more years, so we might send him down to the G League this year, if I'm being honest with you. Same with Kenyon Martin Jr. Send those 2 down to the G League and give Luke Kennard some minutes. Hopefully he does progress for us and become quite decent. For now, we're probably going to send those 2 players down to the G League. Hopefully they do progress for us, like I've been saying. And then if we could trade Eric Gordon for a decent backup point guard. No, backup point guard? Starting point guard, should I say. So Eric Gordon, Eric Bledsoe, traded the Erics for Drew Holiday. Man, 2K is broken if they're giving me Drew Holiday trades. IRL, I'd take that. But I don't think Eric Bledsoe and Eric Gordon have those type of trade value in real life, let's be honest. See, the problem with Eric Gordon's contract, right, is that it's really difficult to trade because no one wants to spend that much money on him. Let's be honest, I was upset when the Rockets actually gave him that contract. So if we just go over here, what team could potentially trade for him? We're looking for a point guard that we could maybe start. So a trade that I've thought maybe could potentially work is with the Orlando Magic for Eric Gordon for Cole Anthony, who's a young point guard that we could potentially use. Chuck in David Nwaba in a first. They give up Gary Harris, who probably wouldn't be starting or in a roster spot for him. He's just there because he's making $20 million this season as a salary cap. Does this trade go through? No, it does not in 2K. If we chuck in, say, 3 second-round picks maybe, would the trade go through? Come on, Orlando. I'm going to have to give up another first, am I? Another first-round pick for Cole Anthony. I'll give up that swap best with the Nets. The trade does work. We give up 2 first-round picks for Cole Anthony, which I'm not a big fan of, but we do get Cole Anthony in the process, who's going to be our starting point guard this year. So I'm okay with running a Woody Barker, Green, Porter Jr., and Cole Anthony starting 5 this year. Eric Bledsoe, Tice, Kennard, and Sengun off the bench. Also, Gary Harris is there as well. Could I send Garuba down to the G League as well, or Josh Christopher? I think Garuba makes more sense because we've got a lot of young guys that we could potentially build around and have a pretty decent bench, or make a trade for someone really, really cool. So Josh Christopher's got to be getting minutes, so he develops. Same with Sengun. Sengun and Luke Kennard all getting minutes. I think I'm actually going to give the 3 of them more minutes than Tice. Yeah, no, Bledsoe can stay at about 20 minutes a night, but I would like these 3 preferably getting a lot more minutes off of the bench. Same with Kevin Porter and Cole Anthony. I would like those guys getting some minutes as well, only because I want to see them progress for us. So Jalen Green, Kevin Porter, and then I'll chuck in Christian Wood as a 3rd. And I think proficiency doesn't really matter right now because we are pretty garbos. So let's simulate this first season. Hopefully we do okay. Do we have our first round pick? I think we do. We do have our 2022 first, so if we are bad, we are bad. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Giannis wins MVP, putting up 28, 12, and 5 as Giannis does. Also a steal and a half and almost 2 blocks and a half a game. So that's definitely Giannis numbers. Evan Mobley wins Rookie of the Year. That sucks. Giannis wins DPOY as well, and Mike Budenholzer Coach of the Year of the Milwaukee Bucks. I think we won a total of about 7 games this year, so definitely not looking towards it. Jalen Green is all NBA first team, which is all NBA, all rookie first team, should I say. Same with Sengun and Josh Christopher, which is what we like to see going into here. So yeah, we're definitely 30th in the NBA this year. Let's check out the standings. Who did what on our team? Jalen dropped 18.4, 3.6, and 3. Christian Wood dropped 15, 10, and 2. And then Kevin Porter dropped 15, 2, and 5 as well. Cole Anthony dropped 11. Serge Ibaka, don't really care. Sengun dropped 8.3. And then Josh Christopher dropped 8.2 as well. So we got a couple of nice scorers coming through, which is what we like to see. Offensively, we were the worst team, and our defense was the 4th worst, so that's pretty cool. We went 16 and 66. We were the worst team in the NBA. Let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. The Brooklyn Nets win the championship. James Harden Finals MVP. We all expected that to happen. This year is the year that we're actually going to be trying to win a few games, you know, at least make playoffs for this second season, show some progression. So we have a 14% chance of getting the #1 overall pick. Knowing my odds, we're going to fall to 5. I can tell you right now we're falling to 5. We fell to 3. 3 is better than 5, but it's not #1, which means Chet Holmgren is not coming to Houston, sadly. I would prefer Chet Holmgren coming to Houston, not gonna lie. I'm alright with Steven Silas as our head coach, a big man coach, Splitter, sorry. Yeah, we'll chuck him a deal. Post D coach, we need a post defensive head coach. I will take Randolph Grant for 4 years, 1 mil, cool. Perimeter D coach, Hardy, sounds about right to me. We'll add Hardy and a wing whisperer. I can't get over that name. I'll take Thomas Levens Jr. Hopefully we get all those guys. We don't. Sadly, I can't be bothered doing anything else. So if we can use Tyson and Bledsoe to get ourselves someone just decent, let's be honest. If we can get ourselves someone decent on this team. Dario Saric and a first-round pick. Honestly, if we can pick off a first-round pick. I do see a Theo Maledon, which handy. I also see a 26th overall pick and Steven Adams. I am going to do that trade. Do that trade. And then if we use Steven Adams with, say, with the 26th overall pick, does that bring up a Gordon Hayward? Nice. But does it bring up a pretty good first round? Jonathan Isaac's not a bad shout either. That gives us another starting power forward, Jonathan Isaac. That can bring defense. He fits the timeline. 24 years of age. Sure, we'll chuck Jonathan Isaac alongside Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, all that. So Jonathan Isaac's going to be our starting power forward. We got Cole Anthony as a point guard. I mean, it would have been okay if we brought in Chet Holmgren. Not going to lie. Chet Holmgren could have been that guy at the power forward. You know, he could still be there. If he does fall to 3, we'll still take him and maybe bring Isaac off the bench or something. But with the #1 overall pick, the Pistons select Chet Holmgren. I expected that. So Chet is not here. He's actually listed as a center as well. So we'll see who's here for our 3rd overall pick. Who's still available? Paolo Banchero to the Sacramento Kings. Honestly, all these guys here are just not what we need. If there was a very good point guard available, I'd probably take him. But there is just not one here. We can trade for Ben Simmons. Real life, if we don't get Chet Holmgren, I hope that we can trade for Ben Simmons if he hasn't been traded by the end of next season, which I suggest he has. I am going to make a trade for Ben Simmons. I think Simmons could potentially be very good. This team is a very good shooting team. If we chuck in Ben Simmons at the point, we should be okay. thinking about it, we should be okay. Kendall Brown, yeah, sure, he can come onto the team. I have no qualms against that. Porter Jr. or Dante Exum, we're not going to accept that deal, though. So we got bird rights on Serge Ibaka. We might be able to sign him and then trade him away straight away. How much cap do we have? We need to free up 44 mil to be able to go after James Harden again. Serge Ibaka, right? Because we can re-sign him, we'll sign him to that deal. Dante Exum, Gary Harris is gone, that's for sure. DJ Augustine's also gone. Anthony Lamb, don't really need him, to be honest with you. We just don't need him. So I'll just take Serge Ibaka right now. And we can still sign like a Josh Richardson, which might actually be handy if we do sign. So we'll take Josh Richardson as well. Then if we do use Richardson and Ibaka in a trade, with 2K, anything can come up. Terry Rozier is not bad. Miles Turner is not a bad big man for off of the bench. Saric and Cam Johnson, maybe? I do quite like this Miles Turner deal, not gonna lie. I do quite like that deal. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's pull it. Let's pull the pin. Pull the trigger on that trade. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably need another small forward, not gonna lie. We can play Jalen Green or Kevin Porter Jr. there. We should be fine. Or even if we play Jonathan Isaac there, move Christian Wood to our starting power forward. That could work. That could also work very, very much. Christian Wood's gone down 1 overall, but that's only because we changed him to a power forward, because that makes sense, doesn't it, 2K? But besides from that, everybody else has green arrows, which is what we like to see when we are progressing as a young team. For this second season, again, we're going to send Josh Christopher down the G League. We can, yes. And Usman Garuba, we can do that as well. Usman Garuba can go down there, and probably same with Senga. Oh, we need to sign another player before we can do that. But we could probably send Sengun down to the G League as well. I don't mind that. So yeah, rotation for this season: Simmons, Green, Isaac, Wood, and Turner starting 5. And then have Cole Anthony, Kevin Porter Jr., Kenyon Martin Jr., Jashawn Tate, and Alperen Sengun off of our bench. Our scoring options are, of course, going to be Jalen Green. I am going to make Ben Simmons, and then, yeah, we'll go Christian Wood as our third scoring option. What's our system looking like? We've got a 3.5 star pace and space system. Do we have any 4 stars? I'm quite happy running a pace and space, so we'll do that. And we'll simulate this second season. Like I said, if we make playoffs, it's a W, and then we'll try and win a championship the next season. Luka, MVP, putting up 35, 8, and 8.8. Jesus, on a steal and almost a block a game as well. 50, 70, and 40 shooting splits, which is pretty decent, you know. Darius Garland, most improved. I actually think he was an all-star this year as well, so that's pretty cool. Do we get any All-NBA teams? I'm not sure. We do not. I thought that was Ben Simmons, but we do not get any All-NBA teams. We get all defensive first team in Ben Simmons, which is huge, but that is it. We did finish as a 3 seed this year, which is absolutely amazing. We managed to finish as a 3 seed. We went 43 and 39. That was good enough for the 3 seed, really? The Suns made the playoffs with 40 wins. We're in the freaking Western Conference. Why is it so hot? Why is it so hard to win games? What the hell? Jalen Green dropped 22.4, 4 and 4. Beautiful stats, mate. Love it. Ben Simmons dropped 19, 7 and 7. Then Christian Wood dropped 15, 8 and 2 as well. Cole Anthony, Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr., Isaac. We all know Jonathan Isaac doesn't score in 2K. They fixed Jimmy Butler, but they still didn't fix Jonathan Isaac, which is upsetting. Offensively, the Houston Rockets, did we improve offensively? Please. Nope, we were still one of the worst teams offensively. I'm assuming our defense was pretty decent then. We did have, yeah, we were top 10 defense. We did have Ben Simmons and Jonathan Isaac on the same team, mate. We were probably going to have a decent defense, not going to lie. So first round here, simulate play-ins. Let's see what happens. But first round here against the Clippers, we always knew that we were going up against Clippers. We beat them in 5 games, and now we've got the Dallas Mavericks, who have added Kyle Lowry. I don't mind that pickup one bit. I quite like that. I think Kyle Lowry could be a decent player alongside Luka, but I have a feeling it was the Texas rivalry. We did take an L. I didn't think we were actually going to win that, to be fair, so fair enough. The Celtics sweep the Pelicans in the finals, and Jason Tatum wins himself finals MVP. Beautiful. We got one more season to try and win a championship. If we can do that, video's a W. Sadly, we do not have a top pick this year, which is, I mean, it's not a bad thing, I suppose, but we don't have a top pick. So let's see what head coaches are available. We could pick up Steve Nash as our new head coach. I don't mind that, you know. Jeff Hornacek as our shot doctor. Sure, we'll take that. And our guard guru. Is there someone special just lying about? Richie Wood. Just because his name's Richie and he has Wood in his name. I like that. Steve Nash declines the job. You declined our offer? What if I made it like that? Tentative. Kalani Reed is the best offensive coach. You know what? I might just do that. Actually, no. Kenneth Barrett. He's a bit more all-rounder. Can we get Kenneth? We do get Kenneth. Beautiful. We've got ourselves a new head coach. Kendall Brown and Luke Kennard. To be fair, I made that trade with Luke Kennard, and I don't think we're going to be using him. Jalen Brunson and Terry Rozier. What if we just did Luke Kennard by himself? Can we get more trades? We can literally get Drew Holiday. That's pretty cool, but I think Drew's going to fall off a cliff this off-season, so I'm not going to do that trade. But we can take a first and a second. I'm pretty sure there's a team offering me 2 first-round picks here. A first and a second from the Jazz. You know what? I'll take it. Why not? Rookie signings. We actually did have the 22nd. Yeah, Darius Vincent. Sure. Come onto the team, my guy. Team player options. Yes. All those guys are coming back, bro. All of them. Qualifying, Jayshawn Tate and Kevin Porter. I would like to pay both of those players, please, 2K. Oh, we also got to re-sign Christian Wood for a pretty cheap deal, to be fair. We also have to re-sign Miles Turner. What's that? That's $14 million a season. I'll take it, and we've used all our offers today, so hopefully we can also bring back Kevin Porter Jr., mate. 4 years, 17. I quite like that, to be fair. That's a decent contract to get Kevin Porter Jr. back on. We're good at point guard, Ben Simmons, Cole Anthony. We're definitely good at the shooting guard position. Small forward-wise, Jonathan Isaac, we might have to move on from. We do have Jayshawn Tate off of the bench. We should be fine there. Power forward, Christian Wood, Kenyon Martin, and then Miles Turner and Sengun at the center. We might have to try and get ourselves another starting center or starting small forward. I mean, I don't mind Jonathan Isaac, but I think we might need a better starting center. Could I make a trade for Jared Allen work? Would that trade just straight up work? No? Okay, what if I chuck in a top 3 protected pick? There we go. We've just got ourselves Jared Allen as our new starting center. So that's pretty handy. That's pretty handy dandy. So we got... I'm going to have to play... Kevin Porter Jr. at the 3, which it's not a bad option. Let's be honest, it's not a bad option. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? It's not a bad option. We'll run it this season. If we want to trade, we can, but I'm not sure I will. Maybe we upgrade at the power forward position as well while we're here. Or point guard. We could play Ben Simmons at the power forward if we wanted to. I'll have a look at Christian Wood trades. Doesn't mean I'm going to trade him, but I'll have a look. If this trade goes through, Christian Wood, Robert Williams, Josh Richardson, and 3 first-round picks for Lillard. That trade did go through. I didn't expect it to, not going to lie. And if we just go like this, bada bing, bada boom, move Ben Simmons to the power forward, we should be a-okay with our rotation. I did say if we get ourselves a better point guard, I will move Ben Simmons to the power forward. So Lillard, Green, Porter Jr., Simmons, and Allen as a starting 5. We then have Cole Anthony, Kenyon Martin, Alperen Sengun, and Jayshawn Tate and Usman Garuba off of our bench. We got a pretty deep bench. That should be fine. I'm actually going to try a 9-man rotation this year. Maybe that can change things up a little bit. Jalen Green, Damian Lillard, then Ben Simmons. 3 scoring options. Let's have a look at these systems. Anything looking like a decent thing right now? Pace and space is still a 4-star system or 7 seconds. Pace and space is better for Ben Simmons, actually. So, yeah, we'll run that. That's for sure. And, yeah, let's give this final season a go. Hopefully, we do win the championship and make the Rockets good again in 3 seasons. For the first time this entire video, we actually get an all-star. We've got Dame Dollar as an all-star, so... Big ups, Dame. It's our one and only all-star. That's kind of sad. Again, Luka just making himself the best player in the NBA, so that's pretty cool. Way we don't win any awards here. We actually get Coach of the Year, 58 and 24. Gang. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's dope. Do we get any All-NBA teams? It'll be pretty good if we do, but we don't. So that's lovely, mate. That's lovely. Ben Simmons, all defensive second team, but that's literally it. We finish as a 1 seed though without an All-NBA player. Jalen dropped 26. How is he not an All-NBA player, bro? Lillard dropped 25, 3, and 8, and then Simmons dropped 17, 7, and 8, basically. So, I don't know how Jalen Green was not an All-NBA player. Apparently, he wasn't, according to NBA. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Offensively, we were the best team. Our defense was actually kind of fell off this year. We were just outside the 10, and our differential was the second best in the league, only to the Brooklyn Nets, who I'm assuming still have. Yeah, they've still got James Harden. They've added Kawhi Leonard to Kevin Durant and Clint Capella. That's not scary at all. That's not scary at all. So first round, let's simulate the play-in, and we've got the Thunder in the first round, who have got Shai Gilgeous, Josh Giddey, Victor Wembanyama, and PJ Washington. Could be a fun little sim here, but it's a 5-game win. We are taking on the Dallas Mavericks now, who's added Nikola Vucevic, whatever. They've still got Luka. They've got Josh Green, Moses Brown. It's Luka, so at the end of the day, we end up sweeping it. And now we have the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals, who still have basically the same team. They've added Rui Hachimura. I actually don't mind that at all, to be fair. I don't mind that, but I think our team is worse. apparently our team is a lot worse. Apparently Anthony Edwards drops 33, 12, and 8 in a single game. Same with Malik Beasley going off for 27 apparently. Don't know when Malik Beasley got this good, but I mean, to be fair, that's a bit of disrespect. Malik Beasley is a decent player, not gonna lie. But Cat and Russ didn't even beat us. Who didn't fire for us? Ben Simmons only had 15. Lillard and Jalen both dropped over 22 a game. We just got outplayed. We dropped 40 points in the fourth quarter, but we let them drop 44 in the second to our 17. So yeah, we ended up getting slaughtered. We lost by 5. We went to the Western Conference Finals. That's pretty cool, and I reckon the Timberwolves are gonna win the championship apparently. That's crazy. All right, that makes a lot of sense. We added Lillard. We had ourselves a pretty decent team, considering we went from the last seed in the West, the last seed in general, to the second best team in the West in, what, 2 seasons, I think it was? I classify that as a dub. If that happened IRL, it's a W. Also, I'm going to say this right now. I think I titled this video as a realistic rebuild. If you did not agree with it, let me know why down in the comments down below. Actually, let's be honest. The first season was realistic. The second 2 seasons, it's a bit hard to be realistic for the future that no one knows what's going on. So, it's realistic for the first season. The Rockets being shit, that's pretty realistic. Coming from a Rockets fan. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much if you've made it this far in the video. If you have, like, subscribe, all that stuff. All the socials that you would need to follow down in the description below. Check those out. That would mean a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!